Hello, welcome to Channeling Love, and I am coming to the end of this series of this podcast because I'm running out of space on my free usage of Spreaker. And there's a couple of other channels I want to do. Today I'm going to talk about a soul retrieval I had that I did not expect it to be. And then next time I think I'm going to talk about how I started channeling. I don't know what I'm doing at the end. But anyways, and then I think I'll be done with this for a while. So I had this amazing soul retrieval, and I guess I just hired this shaman to be my coach because I trusted her intuitive skills, and also because I had something disturbing happen, and she was the most compassionate response to what happened. So I just wanted her input. And what happened was I just hired her to be my coach. I didn't realize I was asking for a soul retrieval, but what happened was her guides said they're going to clean up my chakras and my pranic tube, and she used some divine geometry. She used a dodecahedron and a tetrahedron and one more, I can't remember what it was. And she put them in my chakras. And she also activated my Merkaba. So it felt like amazing. And she said, you are going to be flowing so much light that you actually need a power animal to ground you. So I now have the bear, and the buffalo is going to ground me, and the bear is to watch over the light coming in, the flow of light that's going to start coming in. And this was 2 days ago, and I felt really deep while she was performing it. Like, I felt really relaxed and heavy, which I know is not something just from relaxing, because I know the difference between when I relax and the difference between so when I get deep from like a meditation or a spiritual thing like Reiki, it is profound. It is like, I feel like a log. And you know how you like almost fall asleep and you just reach that point of complete relaxation because you're so tired, but you're also relaxed? That's how I felt while she was, I could still hear her. I was still awake and I could still hear her, but I was really drifting off and really heavy. And when that happens, I know something is happening on an energetic level. So I'm really not sensitive to energy, but when that happens, I know now, after experience, I know that's the only time it happens. So I'm excited to see how things shift for me, because it was a lot of cleaning that happened. I mean, activating my Merkaba, you guys, that is like the beginning of your Kundalini rising. So super excited. And although I have not seen a huge shift yet, it's only been a couple days. So we will see how that goes. And meanwhile, I actually want to channel about that. And I think the next time I do a podcast, I'll have less of the children interference. I'll really make an effort to do it privately without distraction. I just really I allowed it to happen during this because I wanted people to see how busy life is with little kids, and how I think that part of life is forgotten. You know, people forget how much work little kids are, and how moms who don't have a support group are just carrying it all day long. And I just wanted that segment of the population represented in the spiritual life, because regardless of that, we still have to find time for ourselves, to be spiritual, to have fun, and to work on ourselves in whatever way we need, whether it's be creative or go to the gym, whatever. So but I think it's not very fun to listen to. So, because everybody wants, when you guys make time to listen to this, you want it to be professional-ish. But I think this was still useful. So anyway, enough. I'm also tired of listening to myself as an ego talk. I did want it at the beginning, but now I'm done with it. So next time I start a podcast, it's just going to be channeling. Okay? Anyway, so let's finish this with a channeling. I would like some spirit feedback on what happened during the soul retrieval. And okay. So, dear God, what would you like me to share about that cleaning that happened with whoever listens to this podcast? Because God knows in the future who will hear this, and God knows what will be relevant for them. Dear Kelly, so what we like to say is that, first of all, as usual, we enjoy your company when you reach out to us. It is an opportunity for us to bring information to your realm, and we so love to do that. So what happened, and what we would like to share with your audience, is that through this podcast, which you maintained because of your eagerness to share this information with everyone, you did this partially for yourself, but also you did it for others, because it was doing it for others that made you stay consistent with it. And what happened, though, was as you were channeling this high frequency energy, you were pulling to yourself your crystalline version. Anytime you channel and pull in light, channeling is calling on a higher frequency. It is calling on enlightened beings to influence you. So you're calling on the light to both heal you and educate you. And so anyways, as you channel, you are calling to yourself a healing, because it's all interwoven. Your physical wellness with your mental wellness, and your mental wellness is related to your spiritual insight, your spiritual sight. So as you seek spiritually, you will call on healing physically, because it's all related. All of the mental beliefs that are not serving you are causing your physical illnesses. And this will be an example of that. As you look back at this 2 years from now, you will see we were right. Because you will heal over the next year, Kelly. You will heal dramatically. And then you will look back and go, oh, wow, that healing did affect me. And the bear did a good job of making it happen slowly, enough that I can integrate it without freaking out. So, and just now I paused to tell my 7-year-old to stop being distracting. And he wandered off on his bike saying, "You're a stupid mom because you had too many kids and you didn't know how much work they would be." And that reminded me of a moment in my phone call with my lovely shaman who helped me when I told her that I was really overwhelmed by the kids and I felt guilty by having too many kids. And I explained to her about how I got pregnant each time and none of it was intentional. But I can't do hormones. And so I tried other methods and they didn't work. They didn't postpone it, I got pregnant anyway. So she said, "Kelly, these kids have contracts with you and they chose you. They knew they were coming. They knew the situation as a spirit. So all of the lessons that you are having now, all you can do is apologize for the things you feel bad about and then let it go. That's the end. You can't fix what is already in place. There are parts that you're going to... She didn't say this part, but I understand that there are if my kids took on any negative karma or from me, it's going to be their responsibility. So don't let it bring you down. So anyway, just now I'm out on this walk and I was thinking about how I'm like unhappy in the mornings because I wake up to these kids. I just want time to myself. And it occurred to me that I could change my mind about that. That I can imagine people waking up and being excited to have their kids jump on them in bed. And I am not that way. How could I do that? God, how can I? That's actually what I want to channel about. And I just wasted this whole thing on this, whatever. I think it's going to be longer than 15 minutes. So I'm going to channel on how I can wake up. And because if I could get outside and walk first thing in the morning, that would really be ideal. So I'm going to pause and probably, get back to this in a little bit. So anyways, this was a bad time to channel. I would like advice on how I can wake up in the morning and just feel like doing my channeling or doing my ritual. So my shaman also said that I should meditate in the morning. Meditate or channel with an altar, like set up a sacred space and do all that. And so I did start that for the last couple days, but I would like to have advice on if that will help shift the whole stress of parenting feeling that I have every day. Okay, I am sneaking off by myself to try to find some time to be alone and channel. So, God, what do you have thoughts about? Will that pick me up? Will that daily meditation help? Let's start with that. And I'm just going to stop this here because I feel the time crunch and I don't want to feel limited on time. So let's start a new recording.